This is Cubers Online. Today I'm going to show you how to solve the Windmill Cube. It's actually almost exactly like solving a 3x3, but there is a very slight difference. You may look big at first, but it's not. So a 3x3 is perfectly even. It's squared. It turns perfectly, never changes. It's always a cube. But Windmill Cube, unless you do U, I think E, or D moves, it's going to change. So I just got to do 2 moves, and it already looks pretty messed up. It's not, but it just looks that way. What is going on? Our neighbors are loud. Oh, sorry about that. My neighbors like to play loud music. So, just ignore that, please. So, anyways, let's get back to the video. But before we do, there is actually something you can do that'll help me a lot. Right below this video, there's this red button. It says subscribe for some reason. If you could just hit it, touch the little bell beside it, that would be great. Anyway, let's get back to the tutorial. So, once you get your cube all scrambled up, it's going to look something like this. So, you're probably thinking to yourself, whoa, that's going to be incredibly hard to solve. But it's not. So, I'm not going to show you how to solve the entire cube, because if you don't know how to solve a 3x3, you won't be able to do this. So make sure you check out my 3x3 tutorial if you do not already know how to solve it. So once you've done that, make sure to learn how to solve this if you have a Windmill Cube. So I'm mostly just going to be showing you a couple things that get tricky, such as making the white cross. So let's see, I've got my blue center here, so I'll just move it up and line it up with its center. But that is wrong, because you'll notice that this is the blue center and this is the edge piece. They do not line up nicely at all. So we're just going to undo that. It locks up sometimes, and sometimes you got to go looking for where it messed up. But you got to make sure that they line up nicely. So I'm just going to turn it in such a way that they align just like this. It's just a perfect line. And then I can move it up, and then we can just move on to the next one. See, these do not line up nicely. What you can do, though, is you can also just move the center pieces, sort of like that. And then you can just move it. See, it happened. I got one of those weird lockups. Just move it in and align it. Let's do it a couple more times. And then there's the last one. It doesn't line up nicely. Turn it till it does line up nicely and bring it in. Other than that, it's exactly like a 3x3. If you're using the beginner's method, make sure that if the edge pieces are kind of standing up taller, then you make it go to the left before you put it in. If you have it to where it's, where'd it go? My piece just, oh, and it went in. If you have it to where the piece is kind of laying down a little lower, then make it go to your right. Did I say right last time? I meant left. And then you can just put it in normally. You can also use F2L. For the last layer, you can use C-Pop. If it goes in like this, then you gotta take it back out. Yeah, you can use any method you would normally use. Although, if you are using something other than the beginner's method for the last layer, it does get a little bit tricky sometimes. I'm just going to finish up these first 2 layers. Yeah, see, there's a line here. I usually use the beginner's method just because I just use this as a fun cube to solve. I don't really ever speed solve it, so I just use the beginner's method just because it's a whole lot easier. And it will look kind of weird sometimes, but it is possible to solve. You may have a problem that I have where the green centerpiece falls out really easily, and sometimes you can lose it, but you can just pop it right back in. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!